Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to WilderMyth. In the last episode, we took down a Gorgon, and we got quite fortunate. You can suffer some really nasty encounters with that. A torch, it's not great. It's an off-handed weapon, so, like for example, Diana can hold it. So you can hold it like that. You can use torch to light adjacent debris on fire, but she's a magic user. The problem is if we give it to her, it will go over to her offhand. So she'll have a torch and a dagger. I suppose that could work. Same, is it dead? Do we know how we killed it? Same way we kill everything, says Diana. Nothing stands against me long, remember that. The hulking carcass steams from its many wounds, hideous convulsions caused along its appendages to the extremities of its body. Then a single tentacle reaches out, and grasps Dane. Hey, it's got the thing's tremendous tail flickers across the barn. It's plucking up Dane. So not Dane, Diane. Like she's a straw doll, her weapons falling useless from her hand as it pulls her in. Dane, don't panic. A voice leaks from her mouth. It's like a wrong voice, weird and discorded, like someone fretting and plucking at a fiddle who's never picked one up. Still yourselves, bone stacks. This one speaks my words. I can make it die. You are not alike to us, weak lungs, small mind, stacks of splintering bones, thin blood that will always easily betray you. Why fail for your lives so noisy? Tell us what you want, we'll exchange it for Dane. You think I flail for life as you do? I am Gorgon, but Master Ulstrix has promised us silence. The voice dissolves into a sound like rain and distant waves. The wriggling grips tighter, tentacle invades Dane's ear. Stop, says Fendina. Fendina leaps forward, her bow drawn back, an arrow knocks, she looses. I said stop. The arrow flies. The arrow sinks into the great beast's neck. Dane falls free from its tendril. As Diana and John rush to make certain the Gorgon's demise, Fendina hastily takes Dane's shoulder, holding her steady. You're still alive. A strange stone affliction spreads from Dane's ear. Dane? This isn't over, she screams. I saw its mind. This stone was in its claws. Dane takes the stone from Diana's palm, turning it in front of her eyes, catching slendering sunbeams that slice the barn's wall. The strange polyhedral stone is slick with Gorgon blood. Ipochrist. Each face is graven with each face is gathered with an intrinsic image. The word is the Gorgon's head was Epichrist. The word in the Gorgon's head was Epichrist. Epichrist? This town, Hawthorne Mansion, these petrified people, this monster, none of it matters. The Epichrist glitters sticky and blue. The Gorgons have a master, Ultrix, it's called. It's looking for something, some myth or secret. I think the riddle is in this stone. I think we have to find out what Ulstrix wants and make sure he doesn't get it, says Diana. She gets minus 25 to charisma, plus 35 loner. Fedina gets plus 10 years to her retirement, so she goes from being 42 at retirement to about 52, I think. Right, so this is the end of chapter 1, as you can see. We get 15 legacy points carried over. We get Heartwood, We have 6 heartwood, we've got 5 hide, we've got 2 iron, 3 fabric, and 11 spell thread. We are victorious. We cleared 8 tiles. We are victorious to give us a standard 3 years of peace. We liberated 8 tiles, which gives us an additional 4 years of peace. We saved a lot of the population from not being raided and attacked by monsters, which gave us an extra 2 years. None of the remaining hasn't reduced any. So, based on your performance this chapter, you have earned you have learned 9 years of peace for your party. Which is not always great because your party ages. Your victory undermined the enemy's plans. They have been weakened. If you are successful, the enemy lose cards. They lost basically the multiple rogue deer pack, which is nice. Because these are our main foes. The Gorgons are our main foes in the story. During the years of peace, Diana added a new addition to her house. It would be nice to finally have a decorated trophy room. She decides. Vendina spent a month tracking a golden stag. As he finally raised a weapon for the kill, the stag looked at her straight in the eyes and laughed. Vendina smiled back and lowered her arms. John carried one large bedroll upon his back. Vendina a jug of wine on hers. And they snuck off to the hills for some time to enjoy the views in each other's company. The Gorgon mark grew and encrusted over one side of Dane's face. It would be a grim reminder of the encounter that day in Hawkfall Manson's barn. Right, so this is the gear upgrading station, which is that you use your resources gathered to basically, you can find weapons, armor, and items out in the world, but here you can basically craft your own. So, for example, if you want to go to Diane, we click her. Yeah. Wrong thing. We go to her. I wish you could like flicker through because it's always on the top person, which I don't like. So we could go to her. Like, oh, you go like this. You had to select one of the tabs. I always forget that. So we could give her much better armor. And it compares it. You see. We could give her this, which is the stuff she currently has on. If we had better gear, we could give her that, but we don't have 7 iron ingots. They all do different things. For example, Wilder Guard, which is tier 2 armor, gives you plus stun and dodge chance, while this gives you just straight up armor. So, I like having my frontline warriors, wearing like plate armor if I can. So, he's in Brawler Guard, but we don't have any way of giving him better gear because unfortunately it's tier 1, where we don't have enough iron ingots, to be honest. So she has that nice sword. If we had some better material, some more iron ingots, we could increase her weapons, but we don't, unfortunately. Don't really fancy giving her an axe or a mace either. They all do different things. Some, like for example, knockdown or knockback. How far this weapon can knock an enemy's back. All weapons have different abilities. Shred. Axes are great for shredding armor. And swords just great swords tend to do just more damage. Or have enchantments. For example, if we went here. Yeah, you can increase them. They have all different kinds of things. I'm trying to remember what swords are good for again. Axes are basically for shredding for armor. Hammers do knockback. And I'm trying to remember what swords do. I have a leaf sword. You can increase it to higher level leaf. Like, you can upgrade your magical gear as well. For example, you could just have a standard sword, and you could increase it to the next level and next level. So secondary is that, which is a tier 1 fire sword, which is nice. I may grab her a shield, which is always nice to have, but it will cost actually some of our equipment, which is not great. but it does give a passive, takes 1 less damage from non-flanking attacks, which is nice. But she does actually... The two people that need it the most are my magic user and my ranger, because they're both running around for not particularly great stuff. So let's see if I can find her something to wear. If we give her that, so that's fabric and spell cloth. That would give her armor and warding. And that would give her warding and potency. We'll go with that. Let's go take up all our fabric though, which is not great. Do I need it for... because I want to try and improve her bow. That's going to take iron. That's going to take heartwood, which we don't have very much of, and all of our iron. That's going to take heartwood as well. So this basically comes down to it. What do I want to do? Do I want to basically get my mage fully equipped, because that's what it's going to take, or do I want to try and improve my bow for my archer? Because as it stands right now, yeah, I don't have enough to do both. I think I'm going to do her, because a lot of her gear is like tier 0, which is bad. Item name, you can change it, you can fiddle with the details, which is nice. You can write your own things with it. A common design for clumsy and novice level mystics who appreciate the fire resistant properties of these treated fabrics for accident riddled pursuits of the work. Evergrown robes tend towards the simple. So she's got that. We could still actually get her that, which would be nice. But I don't think we could then get... Yeah, we can't then get the... We could get to like a level 1... a level 1 wand. Or maybe even a level 2 or level 1 staff. But first of all, let's try and get her bow upgraded. I can't do that, unfortunately, because that would take too much iron wood. Will it? Unless I'm reading it wrong. We can get to the level 1 or level 1 staff. Well, first of all, I need to get the ranger to have a better bow before anything else. Yeah, powerful bow, golden seeker. So she does a lot more damage now. And with what resources we have left, which is not a lot, you get a level 1 staff. If we get that, her warding and potency goes up. If we get this, her potency and block chance goes up. I think I'm going to do that and get stacks, because it increases her block chance. So if she gets into melee, it gives her better chance of survival. And what's this? Warding, which is attack, defense against magical-based ranged attacks. Okay, we'll do with this for now. And we're pretty much out of ingredients. I don't think there's anything we can pick up for anybody else. Yeah, I sort of... could get her that. Applies poison to her attacks, which I'm not really interested in. She has no backup weapon. We haven't got anything to make anything out of anyway. Right. So that's the upgrading process done. That mark is really starting to encroach upon her face. John volunteered his 3 days to decipher the encrypt. If this is true, It hasn't always gone smoothly, and progress has mostly dripped along. The meaning of the weird stone has remained inscrutable for years. Remember, guys, these guys, there's a 9-year gap between chapter 1 and chapter 2, and you can already see grey hair starting to appear upon him. But today, something in his research slides into place. There's history here, and then he can guess where the enemy might be. It explains why we've had for a few years relative peace. Do you see what I mean? Here, imagine you're trying to raise an army. What's the first thing you do? Says John. Raise an army? Says Fendina. I suppose I'd look for an enemy first. People love someone to hate. Right, an army. Out of just normal folks. A symbol. You want a symbol to rally support, wouldn't you? Especially if your people are ancient and set in their ways. So you're saying that Ulstrix, our master of Gorgons, needs this thing. What is it, some kind of divine spirit as a symbol to help convince the other Gorgons to follow it? Yes, that's what I believe. And why does it need to do that? Why does it need the spear, or does it need the support of others like it? What is Ulstrix? All interesting questions. What I know is that I learned from the stone and our meagre archive. I was able to find other records of the Ipchrist rubbings. That was my first clue. The Ipchrist is like an ancient storytelling device, a way for telling of time-honoured myth. But maybe it's different in different order or fashion. For what I think, but anyway, sorry. I'm getting swept away. I checked the story elements here again. Some of our older legends, you know, that tall tale of kind of a poem, Sea Spear. No, but I get to the point. Our story tells almost the same story, almost, and according to our version, the spear was laid to rest in a named cavern. It's on one of our maps. So this gives us an advantage, right? We know where it is. But they've got a pretty big head start, so I don't know if there's anything to do with this, but Gorgon sightings are picking up again. Now seems like a good time for us to get started. We've all changed, remember? All the havoc these things caused, and we couldn't stop them. But we're ready this time, aren't we? We stand alone in many ways, but we still stand. The shadows deepen, all monster groups withdraw an extra monster card in every battle. Right, okay. We need to get to here. There's also other areas to explore, as you can see. The map world has got bigger, but we need to get to here. Scout is tired for information. But first of all, we are going to here. Predominantly because we need to. So we're going to go. Grab a party. Let's go. Dark Curiosity. Undercover Darkness. Fendina takes her leave. That's not good. Right now of all times for an opportunity. Oh god. Happy endings and sunshine for all of them, I hope. As for me, someone has to get their hands dirty. Johns finds her. Oh. Fendina? This is a normal meeting between two normal people, and I love you. Right, well, I thought we were going for a midnight drink. Yeah, we had plans, didn't we? Well, so I mean, I'd like to, but you'd rather slink suspiciously out of town, whispering dark things and admitting eldritch giggles. Where are you going? You want to come with me? Unless you really don't want me to. No, fine. Come along, bring a friend if you wish. I'm only warning you, this might get dark. So who are we going to grab? We've got a ranger, melee. Yeah, we'll grab that. We'll leave one person to head on to the village to start the recruitment process. The story continues. Often they travelled into the night. The moon was new, stars far away, and darkness deep. I let you on a little secret. Everyone will decry your efforts and call you a power-mad lunatic. But it's because you're willing to do the things they're afraid to do. It makes them jealous, just as it makes you strong. That sounds Anyway, but so how are you doing? Worn out? I'm good. How about you? You good? Yes. I suppose it's true that someone has to make the tough choices, sacrifice a little purity. Findina finds a path in the dark up the side of an old weather-blasted hill, where an ancient altar waits. Fend removes a small effigy from her pack. And okay, what's the hideous doll about? John inquires. The effigy looks like an amalgamation of all the foes you have brought down. She slides into the altar's higher compartment. Vendina, what is that? Made from monsters, all kinds. Monster parts? So, some fine specimens too. The trick is to take pieces reminiscent of the original body, but obscure enough not to be reminded of who they were. So now the spell just needs blood. Vendina cuts her hand. Hold your thumb out. My thumb? Okay, let's do it. With your blood to speak the summoning, the spell will be yours as well as mine. Do I want that? Trust me, it's better to be casting the spell rather than simply next to it. Don't worry, your part's easy. Fine, I guess we're doing weird stuff. Fine, I guess we've done weirder stuff, says John. Tell me when you're... And cuts the line down the thumb. I take blood from granted a lot of time. I take blood for granted a lot of the time. I shouldn't look how eagerly it leaves the body. She squeezes the blood onto the small abomination. Why do I love you? Mutters John. They wait, watching for a change. John wraps his thumb. Do you have mustard blood or something? If you... And then it rolls into life, then a great blazing beast into being. You did the dark ritual, didn't you? Oh boy. This is going to be interesting. Somebody's not happy. Let's get the stump. Right. The things we do for love, folks. Like summoning eldritch horrors, apparently. Let's get it to the door and open it. And there's the beastie in all its glory. And we are going to run away. My goodness. Aren't you an ugly thing? Okay, we're going to get... I'd love to get... I'm going to do Steel Fire as well on this. And John, you're going to get up here. And you're going to guard. Because this thing is coming. It did Firewall. That's not great. He took a little bit of damage from the fire. First of all, you're going to shoot it. And do a ton of damage. And it died in one shot. Excellent. Increase your dodge, which is nice. We want to give it to someone who has really high dodge, which would probably be best. Yeah, they give it to her. The higher the dodge, the better, because she doesn't have any armor. That wasn't quite what I was expecting. What was it? Don't know, some kind of lich lord, launched from ravenous flaming maws with never flare. But that's just a guess. Light around the statue intensifies. A great black gust rises up. Ah, but this is promising. A second gout of flame engulfs the altar. Excuse me a second, folks. Sorry. Sorry about that, folks. The thing screams. I am the sadness of infinite suffering made manifest. Gaze upon me. Immolate in despair. Fendina and John glance down. Are you the lostling Biznix? Yep. Hey guys. They all raise a slightly unimpressed eyebrow. Ready to do some evil? Next day. Hey Fendina. I don't care. Blood conjuring. What a bust. Oh, I love that. The fact they summoned like a primordial evil god and it was tiny. I am the sadness of infinite suffering made manifest. Grr, but I didn't see what that means. I have to be alone. But I didn't see why that means I have to be alone. It's tiny. Fendina comes back from her journey more able and ready. I love that. You get like little... Oh, that's so funny. Like, summon like an eldritch horror and it was like a tiny little god. It was like, I am all powerful. It's like, nope. Nope, you're not. Okay, so you get inspiration. Fendina gets an additional ally, and Fendina's gives adjacent allies +1 damage and potency, which is nice. Bard passive. Fendina reduces the cost of recruiting by 1 point by 1, +5 stun to all heroes in the party. Through sort active. Fendina fires a cleverly placed arrow that passes through the first target and hits the target next in line within attack range. That's not too bad. Inspiration is nice. Bard is really nice on longer campaigns. If you can get it for a dedicated recruiter, that's really good. I'm going to go with Inspiration. Okay. So you're going to gather here with everybody else. Let's go. Rightio. You're here. Right. 1 second, folks. Sorry about this. Right, and we're back. So, first of all, we want to recruit someone. Who do we want to recruit? She's level 3 at this point. Yep, let's... Actually, let's it would take us no time at all not to recruit. Do you want to grab someone, or do we want to pick a legacy and have someone else from our story? Rightio. We could get someone from our legacy who's already got a bit of training, which would be nice. Or we could just have a straight up young recruit, but that would will require us to basically have... If we take a new recruit, it's cheaper, but they will be like straight up greenhorn. It would take time. So we could grab someone straight off the bat. Who do you want to take off the bat? Soul Strike is nice. Bowmaster is nice. Oh, this is a really interesting story about Ash. Ash was one of the first people in my very first ever game. She was one of my original party members, and she had an encounter where she got a gem lodged in her face. You can see it there, and it basically grew. And in the Gorgon fight, or no, it wasn't the Gorgon fight. It was in one of the late chapters. She had her leg chopped off because she got KO'd in battle, and as a result, the crystal grew her a gem leg, which is really good. She has Bowmaster. It's nice. So we could have her. We could have another mage. These three here, Kingmund, Ash, and Gore, were my original 3 party members, which was really cool. Do I want to take another mage? Take another range unit. He's got ember arrows. He also has a little pet critter. Actually, I'll take ember arrows. That'd be nice. Range attacks at +1 damage and shreds when standing by a blaze. And we have a mage who does fire magic. So let's grab him from our legacy. We take 4 points. Your skills do not go unappreciated, Aardmark. We'll be heading out tomorrow. Meet me on the main road in the morning. Man raised an eyebrow. The Order of the Fork. They seem like a good bunch. Right, so we have this. And we need to get to here quickly, so we are going to go... Gorgons, Furlex, and Fessita. It's nice that you can tell what these tiles are. So let's grab here and scout out this tile. We'll take everybody. No messing around. Especially considering there's going to be an infestation soon. Right, we've revealed it. So we're going to take the assault to them. Let's attack. Daybreak as the heroes reach Sage Land Glen. Okay, I'm stumped. What possible reason could the Gorgons have for lurking all the way out here? Treasure, loot, something precious. Can you think of a better place to hide your valuables? There, I think I see a campfire. Let's move in, maybe we can catch them unawares. I'll take point. Diana and John with me, the rest of you flank left. Hang on, that's no campfire. What is that? Is this what they had? Is this what they had here? Is this what they had to protect? Some pretty worthless to me. It's beautiful. I mean, it's fire. How valuable can it be? Free me. What? Me? We are kin. I feel your passion, the drive that never lets you rest. It burns inside you, a pure, unquenchable flame. Just like me. Free me, roars the flame. Now, I've done this event before in my first playthrough. If you saw that one of my characters in the legacy screen had an arm that was totally made out of flame, this is the event that can give you that. It's not too bad to say like a wizard or something, but she is one of my primary range characters, so I'm going to try and save her arm. Because you can't hold a bow if you've got an arm made of flame. Fandina! No, someone stop her. Fandina, no. Think what you're doing. Says Diana. What? The fire goes out. The fire, it called to me, recognized something inside of me. Recognized what? Gullibility? Seriously, what did you gain by burning your hand off? Well, whatever it was, I don't think the Gorgons would be happy with mess with it. Guru! And here they come. Okay, it's a pretty large grouping as well. So, let's get this jam on the road. So there's no fire, unfortunately, but we are in cover. I'm gonna sleep. I'm gonna stealth into cover there. I want to try and get that raccoon. 18. We'll go for the boar instead. She's behind cover. Guardian. Move up for some extra benefits. We're going to infuse... Yeah, we're going to infuse the stump. And we'll do Splinter Blast to get both of them. It dodged it. That is not good. Okay. Guardian. That thing's going to shoot at us, but we took cover behind the terrain and shot it back in the face. It's spreading corruption, which is not nice. Remember, corruption really boosts these guys a lot. And it's trying to get through terrain to get to us. Okay. That will trigger an attack of opportunity if we leave. Right. This isn't great. Okay. Right. That needs to die. It took cover. That's not great. You need to go there and you need to hit it. Otherwise my units are going to be in for real trouble. Right. He's done. So... you're still hidden. Right. He's going to get here. We put a discus effect in here. Hit that. Goes through those two. Right. Rightio, folks. Let's just... no, that didn't work. Okay. You're in cover a bit, so you should be okay. Dodged. Killed it with a counter-attack. Excellent. Dodged again. Counter-attack. Let's just go for terrain. Oh, that's a nasty hit. Right. Gotta shoot it in the face. And we took care of business in 3 turns. First, he did take some damage. We've already got that armor, we don't need it. So we've got to salvage it. Block chance. Man, that reduces health for her to have it on. He can have it. Everyone's still in one piece. Looks like it. What the? And a thing floats above her head. Following the light through the forest alone is what gets you in trouble. With a friend close behind, on the other hand. Through winding paths thick with trees, you follow the gentle drifting wisp. Until finally the trail opens onto a grove. The grove which is not empty. There is a shrine. You're welcome. The shrine glows, and a cloth is left behind. The draped fabric twinkles slowly, lights weaving in and out. Now that is nice. Right, reduce the speed. Right, what do you want to give? Yeah, I'm gonna put it into we can give it to someone who actually didn't have very much health. Yeah, let's give it to her. She doesn't have much health. And they get nastier. Okay. Ooh, even the raccoons are really nasty now. Right, I'm going to have to put a cut in here, folks. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or leave a comment in the comment section, and I shall get back in contact with you. This has been WilderMyth, and I shall see you all again next time. Goodbye.